Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun.
Okay, Nick Collier here again. We've got I think it's a short little project. It's hard to tell, as usual. But we're going to do a little messing around with the mill. We have to change some angles, and so we're going to mess with the head. And then we're going to use a new tool that I just picked up, I don't know, a week or two ago. Hey, follow along. We're going to have some fun. Well, what we started out with was this piece of steel. Well, not this particular one, but I ended up with, a dozen or so of these pieces of angle that had been arched slightly. And we cut a chunk out of it. I'm going to show you the chunk. And you can see this is the arched part, and then there was this leg of it that was fairly straight. So we cut this piece out of it. We milled all four sides, all four sides. We left the ends. Oh, I guess we milled the ends too. So 6 sides. And we are now at the place where we have to, I have a joiner back in the wood department, which is behind this wall, and the blades have kind of gone dull, and so we took that apart yesterday, and oh man, what a mess that was, because the little screws that hold the blades in place had frozen, and there was no way to get in there, so we had to come in and literally use a saw on the mill and saw out the bolts so that we would release these knife blades. So what we need to do is we need to come in and regrind this surface right here, and possibly maybe even I've got some not new blades but good used blades. We've got a pretty good sized chip right here. We might be able to grind that back, I'm not sure. But in order to grind that, and this edge is at 45 degrees, we need to bring this blade down to at a 45 degree angle. And we need to be able to hold it in place while we grind it. So that's the job. And what we're going to do is drop this in here. Let's see, is this the side we want to use, or is this the side? No, this is the side. Now, can you see that? Yeah, you can see it somewhat. We'll take I've forgotten the name of it. It'll come to me, I swear. Sometime at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wait a second, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. We've got about 6 inches of snow outside. I'll give you a little shot of that later on. And okay, so now what has to happen is we need to turn the vise this way so we can drop the head in at a 45 and cut that little groove. So And of course, when we put it in, there's no way to hang on to it, so we're going to have to clamp it down. But first, let's take this piece out. Okay, we're all set up and ready to start cutting. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we got to get a fast moving bit here. Okay, maybe not that fast. Now, in order to preserve my bit, we're going to take a run at this, maybe four shots, 4 passes. That should. Okay, so we're trying to get this thing down far enough to where I can come in this direction and put a couple of set screws. I think this is going to do it. We're fairly close to the bottom here, but we have enough strength. And there must be, 3/16 or something like that in that space. So let's give this a try. As you can tell, that's a much more fragile bit. So we're probably going to slow this down. Okay, so I know that this bit is smaller than the other bits, the other bit that I used. So we're going to take a measurement and figure out how much to move that direction in order to make up for that, the width. And there is our shit. It's 125. I guess the other bit was a bit dull and it cut wide, because we definitely have a ledge right there. You can see it. So we're just gonna guess, and we're gonna bring it in. Let's take it in 5 thousandths and just see what happens. 5. See if it got rid of that ledge. It's still there. Okay, we're going to do another 5. Okay, so let's take it out. And we're going to flip it. Like that. And then we're going to want to bring this up. We're going to take that bit out because it's a bullnose bit and it's not going to fit, or it's not going to work. I think first thing we need to do is go get the set screws and see what we can come up with there. Okay, well, we've set up depth-wise, and now we've moved in 1.5 inches, and we're going to come in 1.5 inches on each side, and then 1 in the center. So for the moment, okay, we'll take it over to the far side. Oh, wait a second. We want to find out where that's at. Oh, it's 1.5 inches. That's right. Okay. That's 1.5 inches. We'll zero that. We're going to come over to this far end. Boy, that's pretty close. Just a little bit further. A bit more. And we're just eyeballing it because it doesn't really matter. Okay. So So we're going to come into 3918. Let's take this up a little bit. And there's 1.5 inches. So now that we've got these two measurements, we can just split that in half, y half, and take it to 0. Okay. Well, I wanted to come in and drill it, but I didn't put the chuck in. So, it's not too much of a problem. We just have to rearrange my center. So let's go ahead and I'm thinking maybe we can get a center drill in there though. Let's see what we've got. Nope, two sizes, two different sizes. All right, we're gonna have to just mess around here. We'll be back. All right, well, it's 4 hours later. The power came back on. It must have been a minor repair, and they jumped right on it. Thank God. I went down to the house, took a nap. By the time I woke up, power's back on. So we're back to the project, and hey, let's have some fun. All right, well, the only way to do that is to eyeball this thing back into position. And hey, it's not a critical issue. I'm thinking somewhere in that general area. Uh-oh, we're not going to be able to eyeball it, not, at least not with that fitting. Let's see here. We're going to have to get a very, very small needle point. Maybe we can use a extremely small center. Center drill. Come on. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I think that's going to be it. It might be a good idea to go ahead and put a center drill in there. Give it a try. Pretty good. Okay. Then we can just drop the drill right in and go ahead and drill it. Maybe even tap it. And our tap was 1032, I believe. Okay, we're going to do this by hand. Uh-oh, there's my wife. She wants to go for a walk. So I think we're going to put everything on hold for a while and go for our little hike. Let me break that. There we go. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we're going to start off on our walk here. And it's snowy. And the snow is still coming down. This is our driveway. And there's Barbara taking a picture of the house. Yeah, the house. It's there in all its blazing glory. Oh, okay. I gotta follow her. Blazing a trail in the fresh snow. All right, we'll come back to when we get to a exciting. All right, we're coming out to the end of the driveway, out onto Lazy Dog, which is another 50 yards or so. The generator. Luckily, we didn't need that this morning. And the gate. Still haven't installed it, but someday soon it will be installed. Coming out to the stack of rocks, or as they call it in Ireland or Scotland, I'm not sure, a cairn. And I swear those rocks are just sitting there, and they've been there for about a month, and very seldom do they fall over, except when a bird lands on them. Then 2 or 3 of the top rocks will fall, even with snow. Hasn't fallen over. Down a little further, we're coming around a bend here, and I want to show you this madrone tree that probably next summer we're going to cut down and turn into firewood because it's been dead for a couple of years. It's right there. That big fucker. Ooh, man, it is massive. I could say there's probably 4 cord of wood right there. Well, when we get up to the trunk, I'll give you a quite nice quick shot of it. There it is right there. Now, the problem is it's a split. which is incredibly dangerous. So we're gonna get somebody who knows what to do out here to cut at least one half of it down, and then we'll go from there. Whoa, look at that, way up there. So Lazy Dog is this 1 mile loop, and there's 39 properties off of this loop, and the back side of the loop is dirt, which is where we're at right now, and the front side of the loop is pavement, which is where we're coming to any minute. You can kind of see it up there a little bit. Kind of looks like a lake. Now, from this point on, it's an uphill battle. So I may be talking and huffing at the same time. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is the beginning of the brutal hill. And it's a straight up for about a quarter mile. And this is what keeps my heart strong. All right, we're coming to the end of the hills. There's 2 of them. And from this point on, it's downhill, a downhill run. But we still got about a half mile to go. Or maybe a quarter mile. Okay. This is the last part of the walk. And we got about 100 yards of pretty much straight downhill. And you probably can't tell, but it's pretty steep. And if it's icy, there's no getting out. And at the bottom of this hill is our property. And if it's icy, there's no getting out. So we park up on the main road and either walk in and out or take my truck with chains on it in and out of here. But you can kind of see it's going down, down, down.